The following program, though incredibly nerdy, is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised, and you probably shouldn't watch if you're an overly sensitive pussy.
The mirror's image, it tells me it's home time, but I'm not finished, 'cause you're not by my side. And as I arrived, I thought I saw you leaving, carrying your shoes. Decided that once again I was just dreaming of bumping into you. Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high? Somewhere darker, talking the same shite. I need a partner. Well, are you out tonight? It's harder and harder to get you to listen. More I get through the gears, incapable of making all right decisions and having bad ideas. Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high? And I can't see you, you wonder where am I? It sort of feels like I'm running out of time. I haven't found what I was hoping to find. You said you gotta be up in the morning, gonna have an early night, and you're starting to bore me, baby. Why'd you only call me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high?
Okay, full confession. I don't know what music was playing because I was making a coffee, but I had to because I got to deal with you. That's right, you. And Lord knows you are a pain in the ass. For the next couple of hours, I guess you're a pain in my ass. Welcome. How's it? What the fuck? Is this like the Shins or something? What is going on here? Hey, anyway, what's up? How's everybody doing? What time's the trailer drop? What trailer? What trailer? Talking about Spider-Man's? Or are you talking about He-Man's? Oh, Maul? What? Star Wars? Yeah, all right. I think it'll probably be real soon. Probably 20 minutes if I had to guess. And I guess we'll see. Is it gonna bop? Are you guys excited? Please don't make me watch Jared Leto He-Man trailer. I am gonna make you watch it, Caden. I'm gonna get you like a Clockwork Orange, dog. That's what's happening. Anyway, what up and welcome to the Icebox. How you guys doing out there? That's nice. That's a nice cup of coffee there. Bro, what coffee did you brew? So I have a Nespresso machine. It's not espresso, it's Nespresso. It's real fucking good, I know that. You don't even see Leto's face. That's true. You don't really see Leto's face. He's got the skull face. So I think like that's probably why he was cast. And they were like, Jared, we know you do some crazy ass cult shit, and we believe that your human face is something of a prosthetic mask. Can you try maybe leaving the human mask at home and just revealing your true demonic self? And it's actually a pretty good fit for the role. So good casting. Who's the casting director? They did pretty good. Josh, if we see the Citadel color spray Warhammer, oh, what? This little ditty right here? This used to be something you would hide from people, and now it's a status symbol. Means you're cool. Jared Leto should never be in a movie again after Morbius and Tron. I watched Morbius. It's pretty hilariously bad. I did not watch Tron. Did you all watch Tron? I'm waiting for Tron to be like all the way free on streaming, and then maybe I'd give it a shot. Why are you not streaming, mate? Oh, you mean what's the deal with the title of the stream and everything? So look, man, guys, there is a massive storm coming. Okay? There's a massive cold air pressure bullshit Arctic air bubble of Canadian horseshit that's hovering over the United States. And some storm thing is going to come into the middle of the country and shit all over us. And it's going to be super cold and super snowy and all that. So literally like in Russia. Actually, some places really close to me are going to be like negative 50 degrees, which is literally reserved for very few places on the planet. And I think one of them is Siberia. Yeah, you'll be fine, bro? No, I know I'll be fine. Because I won't be streaming and I'll be like being prepared and making sure everything's chill and not in this cold ass fucking room. Okay? Look, here's the deal. I'm taking Friday off. I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm taking Monday off. Probably be back at it Tuesday. No promises. No promises. Okay? But I am going to go out and get a couple of things. We're going to fix the issue with the window and the air that rips through the studio. We're going to fix that issue. We're going to get a more industrial-sized space heater, and I'm going to blast it right at my dick. So we're going to make some preparations. And next week, despite it being cold, we should be fine. It should be good to go. But yeah, I am going to take off tomorrow. And I am going to take off Monday, okay? And thank you in advance for understanding. All right, let me look at some of these super chats and everything that I missed. There's a couple of things that we got to talk about today. There's some Marvel stuff going on out there, including that Marvel Rivals drama. Yo, y'all were asking me about the Marvel Rivals drama. Yesterday must have been, and I was like, I have no idea what this is. Well, I found out. Holy shit. Charlie made a big video about it, so we're gonna watch Charlie's video on it and break it all down. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but apparently Flats made, if you guys know who Flats is, Flats made a 5-hour and 40-minute video, which I think it was just a stream VOD, but like he made a 5-hour video dedicated to breaking down the entire drama, which is just a little too long for me. It's just a bit too much. So we're just gonna watch Charlie's 13-minute video breaking it all down. But yeah, that situation is fucking crazy, man. Dude, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I think progress for women in video games was pushed back a whole century, and they basically have nobody to blame but women. And I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's actually the mildest version of the take that you can give. We'll see what Charlie has to say about it. We'll see what Charlie says about it, though. Okay, let me get into some of these chats here. Chris says, guys, relax. Josh is just going out to get a pack of milk? What the fuck? He'll be back. First of all, what is a pack of milk? It's a carton of milk or a pack of cigarettes? My God. Overbound says, Jared Leto, He-Man cannot be real. Wait, what? You guys are really bothered by this Jared Leto stuff. You know, I thought since it was like well past a month of the Epstein file deadline that we didn't really give a fuck about Predators in any way? Are you guys telling me that you were actually really bothered by Leto and that this is a big deal? Is that what you're really trying to tell me right now? Josh I says, what up, Papa Josh? Just wanted to say hi. Hope your family is well. Nerdvengers for life. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well as well. Cooper Seller says, do you think since Spider-Man is kind of flying under the radar, it could be a sign Marvel isn't confident in it? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, no. What do you guys think about that question? That's kind of an interesting question. Do you think that this has anything to do with them not being confident in Spider-Man? What do you think? Leto got a Razzie nomination for Tron Ares. Is that real? Is that real? Damn. I'm Alabama. It's bread and milk. Uh-oh, toilet paper. Wait, what? Not gonna lie, just watched the He-Man trailer. It honestly looked decent. You can't even tell it's Jared Leto. Okay, yeah. He's so bad in Tron. Is he really bad in Tron? Can you explain if the concept of the multiverse goes away after Secret Wars? I mean, I don't know for sure, man, but I'll tell you, I don't think so. I do think you're going to get basically a more consolidated 616 universe, aka a sacred timeline. Like, there's a lot of talks of like bringing the Prime universe back and some like rumors like that. But I would expect that just means you continue to get multiverses and whatnot. I guess the question is, like, what would the TVA do, right? Because the TVA was set up by He Who Remains. He Who Remains, his whole system was there to kind of give him control in the event of another multiversal war, which I think he considered to be inevitable in some ways. What does the multiverse look like after that? I'm not sure. But I would imagine you're still going to get the multiverse. I'm actually kind of hoping, and I don't know, man, but I'm kind of hoping that whatever Reynolds is cooking with the X-Force movie, I kind of hope that goes into the multiverse, to be honest. Like, I feel like it needs to be like almost more like Exiles, the Exiles comic and all that. Darth Hulk, appreciate you, brother, says, from Michigan here, picked the perfect weekend to go on a Caribbean cruise. Fly out this afternoon, you motherfucker. I mean, congratulations. So happy for you. Holy shit. Yeah, great timing. Did you know about this, or did it just so happen that as you were seeing the storm coming, you were like, dang, look at that. Good timing. Are you a time traveler? What's happening here? I'd like to still see some multiversal movies, but that they are in their own separate continuity and don't require homework, kind of like how it used to be. Well, you know what? I'll just throw this out there because it's kind of fun. Back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, and I wonder how you feel about this. I remember getting kind of excited about this when I read about it. But there was a rumor around the same time that those Nomad rumors were popping off. This must have been around the time of Quantum Mania releasing. And there was, if you remember, there was this like huge drop of all of these leaks. And one of the things that they had said was that Marvel was playing around with the idea of doing an Ultimates universe when you go, or when they go past Secret Wars, meaning like you're gonna probably reestablish the main canon and the 616 canon, but they might also do an Ultimates universe and like have a universe that was maybe more mature, its own isolated thing. It was a very like, it was probably just something they were throwing around at the time. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be really cool. Like I don't know. I guess it's difficult to maybe balance those things. But if one had a particular tone and was dealing with a particular kind of thing, then maybe the main one could work. You know? Like, there was this really cool thing that happened in... I'm blanking on the comic right now. It was like an indie comic that's kind of popped off in the last couple of years with, like, black and white and, like, really cool colorations on the mech design. Kind of remind me of, like, Ben 10 energy a little bit. I'm blanking on the name of that series, but one of the things they did that I thought was so interesting was they did this thing that split the timeline, and then they had like a version of the book going in one timeline and a version of the book going in another timeline. And I was like, oh man, that's really interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that in like a mainstream superhero show or movie or something. Like, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like, you're on the one timeline and all these, like maybe it's the dark timeline and bad things are happening, and then you're in the light timeline and, like, good things are happening, but there's, like, this weirdness to both. And then inevitably there's, like, a conflict between them. That'd be cool. Did you see the F1 got Best Picture nomination at the Academy Awards? No, I didn't see that, but I like that movie. It's cool. Only if they do it right without Disney. Hell yeah, get Disney out of here. But also, I can't wait for that Disney Star Wars trailer, even though Star Wars is dead. About 10 minutes. I'm excited for that. We're going to talk about some Disney Marvel. But get them out of here. Fuck. Star Wars Oddball says, being back as a Nerdvenger gave me a crazy pump at the gym. Nice. Also, I live in Minneapolis. We're about to freeze. 40K is the way. May the force be with you. Hell yeah. Every single part of that was true. You know, I used to live in the Twin Cities, man. Holy shit, I've never experienced cold like that. Although, it's been very close recently, and I think it's going to get there this weekend for me here. But, dude, Minneapolis was crazy. It was so cold that they have, like, these tunnel systems and bridges set up so that you don't actually have to go outside in the winter when you're downtown. It's insane. I remember one time I was walking my sister to the bus stop, and I, like, spit, and I went to wipe the spit off of because some of it got on my coat, and it was frozen-ass solid, dude. Like, as soon as I went to wipe it off. That is cold that I don't think humans were meant to be in, you know? Yeah, it's crazy. And that shit's coming. That shit's coming, man. We're all freezing, man. It's the last show. It's the last stream. It's the last stream. We're all going to freeze. We're freezing. Fringe was a great show. Yeah, Fringe was cool, man. I like Fringe. They did that in Fringe a little bit too. Yeah. Yeah, true. Plumber's going to be making bank this weekend. Yeah, plumbers are going to get some good work for sure. Yeah. First time ever seeing a live. Enjoy the content. I do want to ask, with Thanos, he had several movie introductions. How do they do Doom, my favorite villain, by the way, the right way? Well, first of all, thanks, man. I'm glad that you're catching me live. That's cool. Appreciate the support on the content. What I would say is this. Thanos was established through very short scenes and really through, like, MacGuffins and implied story. You know, maybe the movie that there's two movies that probably set Thanos up the most outside of Infinity War are probably Guardians of the Galaxy and then Age of Ultron in some weird way, because the Age of Ultron thing, like, sort of shows the vision and gets people to understand that the stones are the MacGuffins from the films, etc., etc. But really, if you think about it, Infinity War does the heavy lifting of explaining Thanos. Without Infinity War, you don't know shit about Thanos. You literally probably have, like, less than 5 minutes of screen time, including the post-credit scene of Avengers. Yeah. So I just, like, if you're saying that you think Thanos was properly set up through those movies, like, I would argue that's not really what happened. I would argue that what happened was Infinity War figured out a way to leverage things that had happened before and give them, like, extra emotional resonance and connect them to the character of Thanos in a way that felt good. It felt cathartic. And they can do the same thing with Doom. Derek Freeman says, hot take, Avengers half are better than Infinity War and Endgame. Oh, 1 and 2 are better than Infinity War and Endgame. That's a hot take, but I will say that as a fan that just really loves Marvel and has a expansive taste for what different versions of Marvel have been, even in the comics, I really like the Joss Whedon Avengers movies, and I feel like Joss was able to translate something about that team that we really have not had, like, that the Russos don't really do, which is kind of interesting. But if you're, like, a big fan of you know, the Ultimates in a lot of ways, but also, you know, I remember some of the stuff around, like, the Initiative and the stuff that I think it's all happening before Civil War. There's, like, a vibe that Whedon really nails, particularly in Age of Ultron, actually. But that is abandoned, and I think the Russos they develop their own kind of style and their own kind of shorthand with the characters and everything, and it becomes, Like, it's very good and it's very satisfying, and it's actually ultimately really character driven. But as just a straight adaptation, there is something to be said for the Whedon Avengers movies and their ability to just adapt a very familiar feeling if you've read comics. It's good. So, yeah, I have appreciation for all of that sort of stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily better. I would say they have some qualities that are different, and, you know, there's things I appreciate about them. Where am I going? I'm going to go into hibernation for a while, guys. It's going to be really cold. And I can't work in the office because it's so cold. So I'm going to take a couple of days off. I'm going to catch up on some work inside the house, out of the office. So mostly painting Warhammer. And then we'll be back at it next week. We still got a whole bunch of Nerdvention to do in 2026, baby. But unfortunately, this storm is kind of screwing up my plans. It's Canada's fault. Trevor, appreciate the $10 holler, man. Thank you. Says, when meets his dad at Endgame and Howard mentions his wife is pregnant, Tony gives a weird look, maybe because he realizes that can't be him. Could that be the miscarriage that leads to his adoption? Yes, I think so. I've brought this up before, but yeah, it's a good question. And I certainly think that is like one of the signs. It's one of the signs that, yeah, Tony may have been sort of putting it together in that film that he was not the biological son. And that the timing of going back to when his father was there, it contradicts with the timing he understands of his own birth. Yeah, for sure. Which is cool. And I think that's one of the things that's made Marvel so cool for so long is their ability to, like, do retroactive continuity that's, like, fun and satisfying. So, you know, we watched Civil War, and then after the Civil War movie, it's sort of retconned that Mysterio is there. He actually created that tech, and Stark just basically stole it from him or whatever, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And that's a retcon. It's retroactive continuity. But it's good. And it's, like, feels satisfying and it's fun. Comics, I think, have that's just what they do. That's like a very comic book thing, is like to retcon a thing or to take a thing into consideration, flip it, twist it, bop it, pull it, twist it, spin it, bop it, you know, that kind of stuff. What if it comes full circle and Doom realizes that he was the reason why Steve had to leave him behind, and that Steve Rogers' scene is when Doom messed up his own timeline? What? What if it comes full circle and Doom realizes that he's the reason Steve had to leave him behind? Well, yeah, I think something like that's going to happen. I think that... Yeah, I think a lot of stuff that happened in Endgame is going to be recontextualized. Yeah. Finally can catch a stream after like a week. What up, Dan? What up, brother? What up, what up, what up? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no, wait, what? Joink it? What? Do you have the secret lab desk? No. Should I get it, though? Is it like, is it lit? Is it a good desk? What's up? Why is it? No, I got a shitty-ass desk. My desk sucks balls, dude. This is the worst fucking desk. And now that you brought it up. James Ludman, thanks for the 10 spot, man. Says, thanks for answering my question. I got another one, though. With the hype of this film, does Doomsday save the MCU? Pretty much everything since Endgame has been mid at best. Doomsday could be the savior. Yeah, I mean, look, I think what Doomsday needs to accomplish is having a big hit, a smash hit movie that everybody is excited about. And I think in a sense that brings hype just in general back to Marvel. Marvel's job is to not just make these movies really, really good, but that is the most important part, right? It's like, if these movies, they have to be really good, but they also have to be like, they just have to be like solid spectacle entertainment and really fun. They just ultimately have to be incredibly fun and incredibly entertaining and, you know, make the nerds like me like poop our pants and shit. But on the other side of that, they also must course correct the content after this. Like, for instance, if they were to do Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then like the very next movie was equivalent to Black Widow, and then the next movie after that was equivalent to Shang-Chi, and then the movie after that was equivalent to Eternals, then like we're just going to be right back to where we are. or where we were. And it's not even that you are focusing on those characters, although literally I think that's a part of the problem. Like, just don't focus on at least B and C level characters. Like, who gives a shit? But also have a plan that these movies feel like there's something else going on in the universe that feels connected and feels satisfying. I mean, I personally hope Marvel kind of takes the gloves off and just goes hard, right? So you look at Spider-Man, you've got Hulk, Punisher, probably Jean Grey. We're not 100% right, but probably that. What are we doing with Black Panther 3? I don't know, but you should go big time, you know, and you should have, like, maybe some mutants in there. Apocalypse even, maybe, or, you know, Doctor Doom or some shit. Like, go big, dude. Like, go big in Black Panther 3. You know, Fantastic Four 2, that is a very interesting sequel. How do you do a big Fantastic Four movie that potentially deals with some of the character development that happens throughout the next two Avengers films and a whole Secret Wars? How do you make another Fantastic Four movie that's, like, really satisfying to fans and feels like a huge spectacle? I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe you go big time cosmic. You do some stuff with Annihilus. You do some stuff with maybe Mad Celestials. You do a thing with, like, Council of Reeds for real, the Maker or something. Like, I just feel like you got to go big. Even the Fantastic Four movie was a little bit too safe, a little bit too non-spectacle, I think, for where the fans are at. You know? So, I mean, that's just, you know, I'm just a fan. I'm whatever, just saying what I think is happening. But yeah, the Doomsday thing is a big part of it. It's going to bring attention back no matter what. Even people that are skeptic are dialed in. At least they're paying attention to what's happening. And that will earn a viewing experience from these people, most likely. And if it's good, it will earn some sort of reluctant earned media, right? Where they're like, you know what's actually better than I thought. I like this part. This is really fun. And all of that's good. All of that operates to get people to maybe be more accepting of the next Marvel thing. But you got to cook, man. You know what I mean? Like, you got to cook. And they have the opportunity to cook hardcore. They've got X-Men, mutants. They're going to have Doom. They're going to, like, they have the ability to cook in a way that they didn't before. Like, I think they put up some barriers for themselves, and they didn't really have a great plan, and they were trying to do too much in television, you know, blah, 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 blah. But they really do have the opportunity now to turn it around, for sure. For sure. All right, should we get into a few topics here? Oh, you know what? Let's wait. Did that trailer drop yet? Did that Maul trailer drop yet, ladies and gentlemen? No? No? Not yet? Yo, I think... What the fuck? I think some of this Masters of the Universe shit looks really good, actually. This is interesting, man. This is interesting. Okay, so we got a lot to get into today. I do want to talk about the He-Man stuff, but let's start with some Marvel stuff. Okay. Okay. All right. So, couple of interesting things going on with Marvel, and we're still, like, kind of living in the effect of the opening scene of the movie, the rumors about that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And of course, yesterday we talked about this on stream, and I was speculating that Tobey Maguire would likely die and be killed by Wolverine. You know what I mean? And there's some reasons to believe that. And Alex Perez said online, as we were streaming, that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man does not die in Doomsday. And that's cool, and that's interesting, right? And Alex was also poo-pooing Gary from Nerderotic scoop about Spider-Man fighting the X-Men with Doc Ock, right? Now, we're not exactly sure what part of that Alex is saying is not correct, okay? But I was wondering about a couple of things, okay? Because some people are starting to tease, and it's all vague teases of people that claim to know stuff, and we're not sure. But some people are starting to tease that maybe it's not just the X-Men, that it might be some variants of characters we've seen before I mean, look, if we're just let's just have fun. Okay, let's just have fun here and speculate and consider the possibilities. But you know, some of the things we've heard is even like a King Thanos. You know what I mean? And I love the idea of a King Thanos killing Tobey Maguire or attacking Tobey Maguire, right? That would be so fun. That would be so cool. But I don't know that makes a lot of sense with him maybe being there with the X-Men, or maybe it's like Thanos and some X-Men, and we just see this like brutal thing happening. We don't fully understand it. At the end of the day, like the emotional core of that scene is that Toby is attacked and his world is destroyed, right? That absolutely feels like what is at the core of that. And, you know, what Gary said was it's the Fox X-Men attacking, and Alex has sort of denied that in some ways, right? And that's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's not the Fox X-Men, but maybe Logan is a part of this team already. And that's maybe why we heard all this, like, X-Men or Wolverine versus Spider-Man stuff. And maybe that makes sense because there would be a different Logan maybe with the Fox X-Men, or not a Logan at all. And maybe that team is led by King Thanos, by even a potential Maestro Hulk. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the other rumors we heard, is there might be a version of Hulk that's Maestro Hulk. I have trouble with that because aren't we kind of hearing that maybe Mark Ruffalo is not in Doomsday, that Hulk is not in Doomsday? So I don't know if it would be that, but I just wanted to say that that's a part of what is going on. It could still be the X-Men, and maybe what Alex is saying is not true, is that Doc Ock will be fighting alongside Spider-Man. Maybe that's just the part that's not true. But either way, it does seem like Tobey Maguire universe, you know, maybe some incursion stuff, and some kind of action and some kind of fighting is going on. And it's either this Fox X-Men universe that is out there destroying universes and hell-bent on saving their own world, or it's just this mysterious group of characters that we don't fully understand, or something like that, right? But there's another thing that Gary said recently, and look, I'm not like watching Gary's content. I've watched like some of the clips that you guys have shared about these different scoops and things that he's saying, but I'm starting to get this feeling that like Gary's sharing stuff, and then there's like all these scoopers like Alex that just really don't like Gary and are going to try to deny as much as possible about what Gary is saying, in the same way that a lot of people try to do this with Jeff Snyder, which is like, it's just so wild, because I understand not liking people for sure, but allowing your dislike of a person to like filter how you see reality is crazy, because Jeff is Jeff, but he's also like incredibly accurate and has like so many different scoops. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think that's part of what's happening, and I wonder too, because Gary said another thing that's really interesting about Thor fighting Doctor Doom. Gary said that there would be this really big, epic fight between Thor and Doctor Doom. And so on the one hand, I find this interesting because it's almost like basically what I'm saying is, like, I want y'all to keep doing this. Like, keep trying to shit on Gary Scoops, because I think he's just going to get mad about it and just scoop even more and just reveal even more about the film. And I'm all for that. Like, I'm literally all for this fight that's going on with the established scoopers and nerd erotic. Like, dude, let them fight. I don't give a fuck. That is awesome, because so much more will actually be revealed of the movie, because you're all just hurting people. Break the cycle. But please don't actually mature at all, and don't break the cycle, and just keep fighting, because I'm going to get a lot of information and content out of it, and I think it's fucking awesome. Now, the other thing is, within the actual context of this rumor, man, this is pretty interesting. You know, it aligns with the Thor trailer, where Thor's praying, he's talking about going in a battle, he wants to get the power of the Odin Force, or the Allfathers, and so, like, it tracks, right? Like, it makes perfect sense that you would get a big fight between Thor and Doctor Doom. Here's the thing, though, like, just off of like comic book knowledge, just after like what I'm thinking about, like, Thor does not stand a fucking chance here, dude. Like, what are we talking about? Thor versus Doctor Doom? Like, you'd have to have like base level Doctor Doom with no like crazy, crazy magical abilities, artifacts, or things. And then you'd have to have a version of Thor that was like amped up. So whether it's like Herald of Galactus Thor, or Rune King Thor, or Thor with the power of the All-Fathers, or, you know, some version of Thor would need to be jacked up to be able to fight against even base level of Thor, in my opinion. So, or base level Doctor Doom. So I wonder what this looks like, and I wonder how this is going to happen, you know? We don't know if those old rumors of Thor variants and other variants of Thor also fighting against Doctor Doom. I wonder if it'll just be our Thor. Like, I gotta tell you, I think that is probably one of the best ways to like put some respect on Thor's name, is to have him be able to stand up to Doctor Doom at all in a solo one-on-one kind of a fight. And if he does get like the Odin Force or the Rune King powers or something, or maybe God of Stories gives him some powers, I don't know. Like, that would be incredibly epic to see our Thor at the most powerful version we've ever seen, and him being able to actually hold his own against Doctor Doom. Like, that would truly be something to see, you know? But I also like just can't shake those other rumors of maybe it's not just Thor. Maybe he's got a whole army and he's fighting against Doctor Doom in that way, which kind of makes a little bit more sense to me, because I really think Doom is going to be fucking juiced in this movie, like juiced. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that Thor thing, and I just wonder if anything else will be revealed about that. And again, I just hope that they continue to fight and reveal more stuff about the movie, because I have a version of this in my head with like a Rune King Thor that would like, imagine like a Super Saiyan 4 version of Thor, basically, and he's like just emanating electricity and just like a being of fucking energy, basically. And visually what that could look like fighting against the magic of Doctor Doom. And I'm hoping that it's like, remember when Thanos and Doctor Strange and Tony and all of them fight on Titan? That magic fight between Thanos with the stones and Stephen Strange is like, to this day, probably the best comic book magic fight, and maybe even magic fight in general, that I've ever seen. I love that fight. It's so creative. Like, it's just really creative, the way that they use the magic in that scene. And I would want to see Doom using that kind of magic, you know? And like trying, not just like deflecting his energy beams, you know what I mean? Like, not just like what AI would do in 2 minutes, but like being really creative and using actual magic, transfiguration, alchemy, you know, some really visually interesting ways to show Doom fighting against this just brute power of Doctor Doom. So like, man, that just might be one little element of the movie, that just might be one little part, and we continue to hear that this thing's gonna be just full of action, dude. So I'm excited either way. And so just want to kind of update a little bit about the beginning part of the movie, you know, some of the context. And, you know, it really does seem, by the way, that with Alex saying that Toby lives, feels very TVA. You know what I mean? Feels very TVA. Loki or the TVA is involved, likely to save him, and that there's been so much established of like a plot that the TVA and multiversal Avengers have something to do with this movie. And remember too, we've actually seen leaked set photos of the TVA. Like, that's real. There's a lot of stuff that we're not sure about, but we've seen the TVA in the leaked set photos, right? So it's real. So yeah, what do you guys think of all that, man? What do you think of that? What do you think of the Toby probably living multiversal Avengers? Do you think it's just the X-Men at the beginning of the movie? Is it not the X-Men? Is it like the Cabal or some shit? Is it like, you know, the Great Destroyer? Because, you know, just one more thing, one more little yapping on this, and then I definitely want to see what you guys say. There was an idea yesterday, and a homie asked a question about, well, what's up with this being the Fox X-Men? It's going to be hard to root for the Fox X-Men if we watch the Murder Toby's universe, right? And I had said, well, yeah, but maybe it's revealed that they were manipulated by Doom. But maybe this is a way around it. Maybe it's not the X-Men, but maybe there's some mutants in the Cabal, which there was a Wolverine variant and there was a Dark Phoenix variant in the Multiversal Masters of Evil, right? So maybe it's this Cabal and there's some mutants, but we don't really know what that force is. And that force is this thing that's destroying all of the universes. That could be cool, especially if it's eventually revealed that it's Doom, and Doom was that force, the great destroyer, Rabum al the whole time. But how can you do that while also setting up the Fantastic Four or the X-Men universe as the antagonist of 616? Do you see what I mean? So it almost makes more sense that it is the Fox X-Men. And so I kind of lean and believe Gary. Like, it feels like that makes more sense for the story. But maybe there's that element of the Great Society, and it's not just X-Men, and there's some other powerful characters from the X-Men universe that are helping the X-Men. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Avengers Infinity Lore says, agree on Thor. It's not out of his league to be the highlight of the movie for his payoffs to be the main meat and potatoes of the third act, per se. Yeah, I think he's like... So if you think about Thor, he's probably still, you know, it's the meme between him and Hulk is like the strongest Avenger, right? Don't even talk to me about Carol Danvers. But yeah, it's the meme between the two of them, who's the strongest Avenger. Well, Hulk's is maybe out of the picture because of Spider-Man's, the movie. So maybe then it does sort of fall to Thor to be the big gun, and maybe we get a power upgrade, and maybe he does some incredibly cool shit. I would feel good about that. Thrag says, Campia kind of hinted at it not being true, the opening scene. He's like, I see all the rumors with Toby and the X-Men. I can't say if it's true or not. Got a feeling it's not true at all. Oh. Interesting. See, like, I think he would probably just say it wasn't true. But then again, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say. Gaia equals strongest Avenger. Get him out of here. Chris, I'm going to give you mod and then ban yourself. You understand? Either way, it's going to feel really good to see Toby interacting with the larger Marvel universe. We've come a long way from his Spider-Man being a solo contained universe. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's going to be so sad when he dies, though, in the first scene. But yeah, that's true. Josh, my goon schedule and your live stream schedule are synchronized at this point. What? Holy shit. I remember seeing that fight and knowing this is one of the best, most organic, most authentic comic book to screen moments ever. It felt so good. Yeah, it was so brilliant, man. The thing about that fight was, I think it was sort of true to Marvel at the time in the sense that it was beyond what we thought was possible. I used to call them the oh shit moments, you know? And Marvel used to just have those. They used to actually have a steady clip of oh shit moments in their movies. Like, it's actually kind of incredible, the pacing and the fun of those movies. And then somewhere along the line, they kind of lost that. And I'm really hoping we get back to just like, oh shit moments, just like over and over. And we're like, oh shit, you know? Hell yeah. Heard Into the Spider-Verse comes back to theaters February 8th. I think that's when the brand new day trailer comes out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, the whole discussion of the trailer is crazy when it comes to Spider-Man. Like, why are they holding on to this trailer so much? There's so many trailers out there. Why are they holding on to the Spider-Man thing? Maybe they would... I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm starting to think they might even wait till after the Super Bowl. That's a pretty tight window. But maybe they truly feel like the best thing to do is establish Doomsday. Because think about it like this, chat. If Spider-Man really does happen congruent to Doomsday, then isn't marketing for Doomsday kind of marketing for Spider-Man also? If so facto? Ergo? Vis-a-vis? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're holding on to some potential spoilers that will really excite people when it comes to Spider-Man. We'll see. Bro, yes, I thought Ant-Man was going to die in Quantumania. Yeah. They lost the oh shit moments because of all the leaks. No. Because they're oh shit moments that happen. Like, for instance, I think an oh shit moment is in Civil War when Bucky flips that motorcycle around and catches it. That's an oh shit moment, dude. Like, that was like, I was like, oh shit. And that's not in a leak. And even if it was, like, what's the leak say? Bucky does incredibly cool motorcycle flip. Hell nah, dude. We didn't read that shit. But the movie was exceeding our expectations. There were just like moments of filmmaking that created experiences where you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Do you know what I am saying, chat? Dude, Civil War is so good. I love that part where Bucky grabs the railing and then just jumps, and the railing is ripped from the wall, but like allows him to kind of scale it. Whew. A lot of cool shit in that movie, man. And unless I'm mistaken, Chad Stahelski, who went on to be basically the John Wick guy, he was a coordinator or like worked second unit for a lot of those films. Unless I'm mistaken, that guy, Chad Stahelski, he comes out of Marvel, I'm pretty sure. And he's actually like a thing that I don't think people really realize how much he did for them. By the way, that's another reason, just total ADD moment here. Man, what's that anime that the Cowboy Bebop guy did? Lazarus. If you have not watched Lazarus, it's incredible, dude. And Chad Stahelski's studio helped coordinate the action for that anime, and it shows. The action in the anime for Lazarus is incredible. Big fan of Chad Stahelski myself. Not just because he's a fellow Polak, but he's really talented. What up, Candle? We used to have good end battles. That Civil War end battle 2v1 is incredible. Incredible shit years later. Now we have to deal with Jake Thunderbolts ending his bullshit with a chicken fight. Yeah, there's some truth to that. There's absolutely some truth to that. And I think that, like, I guess what I'm saying, I hope that Marvel looks at Thunderbolts and realizes that although it's really good, like, and I think it's really good, that there's a version of that movie that would have had more mass appeal and satisfied fans more. You know what I'm saying? Griff says Reed's mind will be blown once he sees Wakanda. Yeah, especially if there's not a Wakanda in his universe, right? That's going to be really interesting, you know? You know what I'm kind of interested in too, beyond the Wakanda stuff? I want to see Reed looking at the TVA tech. Because isn't the TVA tech is Reed Richards tech? I mean, it literally looks retro, like it comes from the 60s 828 universe. The portals look very similar to the portal that Reed uses in the platform John in Multiverse of Madness. I want Reed to like see the TVA tech and be like, they stole my whole fucking flow, dude. Word for word, bar for bar. Like, this is crazy. Who's smarter, Kang or Reed? I would say Reed is smarter for sure. I have a theory that the new T'Challa is with Ben. Oh, yeah, it could be. That could be interesting, yeah. Yeah, the whole other Black Panther thing is going to be quite interesting to see. But I guess, like, the more I'm starting to think about some of this stuff, the more I'm thinking it's Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably just the case that we'll go to Battleworld. There'll be a Wakandan area. T'Challa or the kid of T'Challa will be the Black Panther and ruler of that region. That's most likely what will happen when you really think about it. Mr. Jazz says, Josh, be real. I refuse to be real. How badly would you crash out if Kennedy left Lucasfilm to eventually be the new CEO of Disney? Well, look, man, I just don't think that's going to happen because I think the simulation has limits and it can't show us its hand too much. And something like that would be so simulation breaking that we'd all be like, what the hell is going on here? And if enough people did that, I just don't think it's good. So probably not going to happen. Appreciate the question, though. His name's not Croissant. It's Toussaint. But maybe he wants a croissant. Fuck. Well, bro, what makes me think that it is Shuri giving the Wakandan salute at the end of the trailer and how she gave it? Who would she do that to? No, but that could be the young version of him, right? And then when we get to Secret Wars, he's aged up. I would love Aldous Hodge as another Black Panther variant. Hell yeah, dude. He would absolutely kill it. He'd be great as Black Panther. I just brought some croissants. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. She might actually be better than Iger at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're both kind of dinosaurs, and I think that's really the ultimate problem with both of them is they're... I think, you know, maybe you're always out of touch when you grow up and have a career in Hollywood and you sort of ascend to levels of power in that town. But I think that Hollywood has become even more out of touch, that the acceleration of social media and like meme culture and just internet culture in general has made Hollywood look like even worse, even more out of touch. And I think that really is ultimately a big thing that held Iger back and held Kathleen Kennedy back, dude. And, you know, the inability to sort of sift through the noise and make what is the correct decision and not letting like voices on the internet or groups of voices on the internet affect your decision making, while also like understanding that there is data there that's like people are in some ways speaking honestly, and it's worth maybe taking into consideration some of the things. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find out soon though. The new Bob Iger dude is there soon, right? In a couple of weeks. Yeah. All right, well, that's enough of all that when it comes to the Toby stuff. He's definitely gonna die, and it's definitely the Fox X-Men and Thor's battling Doom. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, where is that Maul trailer? Is the Maul trailer really not out yet? So that's kind of a bummer, dude. It's really not out yet? What the hell? What the hell? Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze, guys. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, well, I tell you what we can do then. Since the Maul trailer is not out, let's talk about the Marvel Rivals drama. So, the other day you guys asked me about the Marvel Rivals drama, and I had no idea what was going on. I assumed it maybe was a balancing issue, maybe an update that people didn't like. I did not realize what was going on. It's so crazy. So we're gonna talk about it. Here's Charlie breaking it down, and also too, Flats, who is also a member of the community. He made a fucking 5-hour video on this, the entire Kingsman Marvel drama. I saw Ice Cube's son, O'Shea. He was even talking about this shit, dude. This shit has really popped off and really broken through a little bit into the mainstream. So let's watch what Charlie has to say about this shit.
Drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a...
That's a lot of money, no? Like, I don't really follow esports like that. But, like, that's a big deal, right? No? Chad?
A player by the name of Kingsman who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student. And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously, and eventually, when Kingsman was trying to, you know, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last in the tournament.
He dies. Okay, guys. Pace and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making me play so close, I'm gonna
How
play.
do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
bro. Oh, no.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means four of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw this a couple days ago, and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all.
Yeah.
So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win. And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing. From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point.
Yeah, that's probably the closest he got to it, which is, by the way, so fucking mild, dude. I would have raged so much harder. Like, I don't know. Like, especially like you're in a tournament. I mean, I'm just unreasonable in general. And like when I get into these situations, dude, like I will get fucking furious. Like I will rage like badly. I thought he actually was handling it pretty chill while also being very upset because he had like said something, and as it was happening he was being proven to be correct. And it's got to just feel like we've all kind of had that feeling like it's just slipping through your fingers and there's nothing you can do. I saw a lot of commentary that this is the quintessential solo player in ranked vibe, which is crazy because in some ways this is actually the dead ass full ass problem of Rivals in general. I think it gets a little bit more to the core of like the grind and why it's bad. But anyway, pretty wild, huh?
We should make a switch. This isn't working. Our Widow is 0-5-0, which is a very fair point and a good suggestion because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here, like 18-2. He was kind of going Insano style.
Oh, and that's the worst too. Dog, that's the worst too. When you pop off and you get like you're like, yo, like I am playing lights out right now, and you look over and see like 0-5-0, or you know people aren't switching or whatever. Oh man,
I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates, where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact, and that's where most of the drama stems from. Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because again, just go play quick play or something. Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it? He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies, and then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted a piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful. Money. So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament, there's going to be that, maybe we should look at this, maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today. Mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things like, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're a streamer. Why are you using that as an insult against him? I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, you know, maybe his attitude could grind your gears.
He spent his whole life being a nerd, and now he wants to win a tournament? What a fucking loser.
He was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps.
What a fucking loser.
He did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, There's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, switching. It's not happening.
That sounds like an emotional
which
reaction.
I think is a pretty hostile response to that, because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being, necessarily overbearing with it or anything like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. He never got personal. He was never, insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that, from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was a significant amount of money on the line. And if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer.
Oh, man.
Which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions weren't heeded. Okay? He didn't start stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, all right, we'll do it. We'll run it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say, look, told you so. Can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times. Would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about this? But that isn't not taking no for an answer. That is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament. He then continued to insult Kingsman and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord, saying, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community? Fire emoji. This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's calling out the people that were supporting Kingsman, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she has been the most openly toxic, vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now, his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just a giant insult against all women who play video games. That is absolutely happening, and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely. But she, from what I can tell when this message was sent, was talking about anyone that was expressing support for Kingsman, and I'm sure there probably were some absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to
Wait, so people said some terrible things on the internet? That's wild.
Anyone that was supporting Kingsman, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy. Especially considering she has by far been the most mean and nasty about this. Kingsman, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to actively say hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean. It is what it is at the end of the day. He was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Everyone thinks this guy's a loser.
Like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow. I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself. We're still playing Widow. That's all we're gonna do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this...
Bro, people just got way too comfortable. Way too comfortable just in general. And I think there's there's just this really twisted up thing that happens where people think, for instance, Harvey Weinstein probably bad equal I'm justified in being a complete asshole to men and I can hide behind the fact that that was bad. And I know that sounds maybe like a crazy leap, but that's a little bit what it feels like, where there's just so many people that are just genuinely brain dead assholes, and somehow they feel justified and validated in being that because they fly the right flag of progressivism or whatever. And you get that on the other side as well, but it's just it really... I think the reason this situation is resonating so bad is these gals just literally popped off and thought that everyone would just be yeah, girl. And that didn't happen, man. Like, yikes.
This money means something to you because it doesn't to us. That second clip, that is not Cece. That is someone else named Lucy, whom has deleted this VOD, so I can't even find the full context here. But from the sound of things, she is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college student. So then she's like making fun of him, taking the piss, even threw in an absolutely revolting 6'7" meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited.
Yeah,
There's also another clip of her
really
talking
bad.
about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one. I guess since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip too.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways, whatever you have in your head, I have a genuine question. I
think everyone...
Dude, I feel like some of these people are like just playing Mad Libs with like words and internet references. Like, what the fuck's going on upstairs? Like, what is it? The memes of Homer Simpson having the monkey smashing the symbols together is more coherent than whatever the fuck that was. What do you mean?
Has a genuine question after seeing that segment there. I don't know why she would be saying something like that with this. Again, the whole VOD, from what I can tell, is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what
it's like. If I only had a brain, basically. If I only had a brain, that's what it is.
Question she was about to ask is, but yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly, like, making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not CC. This was not someone that played on Kingsman's team. I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way. It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the widow's boyfriend. The tournament organizer initially like doubled down, saying, nope, I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules.
And we were like, what?
And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily. So now he's like singing a very different tune about how, you know, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with Kingsman. It's very clear that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's like difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Also, Kaplunk, whom was the boyfriend in this story, is reaching out with an apology, saying that he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses. The demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament organizer to kick him, the Google Doc, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, CC, the team captain, the one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, I'm sorry, I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry and ended up lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. A community note even got hot dropped on here straight off the battle bus, saying, even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash.
Damn.
So that apology didn't really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. You know, Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to like actively calm things down to the best of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond anyone's wildest expectations. And Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe was last night.
I saw he had like 20,000 concurrents, maybe
for
more.
Kingsman.
Good for him.
Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Chat, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Is this the biggest drama to hit Marvel Rivals? Kind of crazy. I'm not going to go as far as to watch the whole 5-hour flats breakdown of the situation, because that just seems like a level of hyperfixation I'm just not ready for. But have any of you guys watched it at all? And did you get anything out of that? Because I don't know if there's like more nuance to the situation or whatever. It just seems pretty cut and dry. It just seems like some really entitled, really dumb people overreacted to a situation that is relatively normal. I mean, I think in a competitive gaming scene, and I guess I don't know the full context, like how competitive was the tournament? Was it invitational? Was it content creators? Was it, I don't really understand the full context of it, but anytime you're in a competitive environment with a cash prize and the person that's on your team that's killing it is making suggestions, I mean, I think at the very least you, even if you don't want to follow those suggestions and you get into a little beef or a skiff about it, like, that's all par for the course and shouldn't result in, like, harassment campaigns, getting somebody banned, and all this just really fucking ridiculous loser energy that came about. I mean, again, and I'm not trying to, like, it's not necessarily like a gender thing, but I do think that the reality of the situation is there's a lot of, just like there are a lot of males on the internet that are like losers and should be put in their place for loser behavior. I think there's a lot of women that are fucking losers, dude. And this is loser behavior. And I don't know. It just feels like there's been this license for that kind of behavior to be, borderline glorified, but at the very least not pushed back in the same way that male loser behavior is pushed back on. And maybe some of that unfairness is coming across in, like, the toxic clapback. Like Charlie sort of talked about how there were a bunch of, dude bros or chuds that were using this as just a way to attack, all women. And yeah, that probably happened. I can understand the chud mind. I know how the chud mind works, Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Does it make you want to download Rivals and get back into Rivals? Maybe it's time for a lot of toxic masculinity to return to Marvel Rivals. I'm willing to supply some of it. Does it still have proximity chat and open chat? Maybe it's time to make Rivals toxic again. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, downloading Rivals as we speak. Hell yeah. Y'all funny, as 40K means something good. What? I'll stick with Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is lit, dude. I do like Arc Raiders, yeah. Yeah, part of what attracted me to this story was the 40K prize pool because I like Warhammer 40K so much. You caught me. You caught me. Time to take a break from Rivals. It's just brain rot now. What? I stopped playing Rivals last summer, man. Yeah, I think that's probably around the time I stopped as well. Maul trailer when? Yeah, when is that Maul trailer coming? Is it going to drop? Is it going to drop? I'd love to look at some Maul. I mean, Star Wars is dead and I hate it and I'm not excited about anything. But where's that trailer at? I need it. You know what I mean? I need it. I need to watch it. Rossi, thank you for the rose. That's very nice. Be a man, play Fortnite, said no one ever done. Hey, speaking of being a man, should we watch the He-Man trailer and react to the He-Man trailer? Did you guys see this? Did you see it? What did you think of this? What did you think of this? Let's watch it together. I hope that it doesn't destroy the stream. You never know with these things. He-Man trailer. Oh, wait, hang on. The hell? Man, I can never find like a good way to do. Maybe I put my face down here. Fuck it, let's try it.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
I like the music a lot, dude. I think the music's good.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
I think that looks cool. Chat, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? Like, the thing that like the most resounding thing from this is just fun. Like, it just seems fun, and it seems to just be going for it in the sense of adventure and action and the, you know, this hero's journey kind of a thing. He's hidden in this ordinary world, a little bit of Superman vibes there, and, you know, looking for the sword, and then comes back to his real world and has to be the hero, etc., etc. I think it looks super fun. I was a little bit worried when I saw the teaser trailer for the trailer yesterday, because like the vibes of that are so cool, and you have like the tube television and the 80s vibes and all that, but then what they show in the actual teaser trailer yesterday, it was like, I don't know about that shit. And so like that concern that I had is a little bit alleviated, because I think it genuinely looks really good. Like, dude, some of these shots here, and I'll kill the volume while we break this down, but like I think these shots look great. Like, dude, are you kidding me? This Castle Grayskull looks fucking incredible, bro. You know, like, look at this shit. It looks incredible. A little bit of Asgardian vibes. I think some people I saw online were talking about Ragnarok or Love and Thunder vibes. A little bit too much Taika Waititi vibes in here, maybe. But I think it looks really good, really cool. I think the casting feels on point. You know, he's just like, he's definitely a big dude, just existing in like a regular world and whatnot. And again, the action here looks really, really cool. You know, living in the ordinary world, but obsessed with this fantasy world. I don't know, getting the text about it. You know what's funny? Like, look, I know the some people are freaking out over this and over the pronouns, and I don't know what to think of it, because, like, look, obviously you literally cannot have He-Man without pronouns, because it's a pronoun. But yeah, I mean, maybe they're, you know, sort of taking aim at this whole division culture war thing. It's hard to say. Later on, when he's trying to get the sword out too, and this I noticed this time, and it really made me laugh. The girl that's telling him he can't have the sword is literally like a blue-haired, like she's literally like, let's see if we can pull her up here. She looks like the classic fan of female custodies. You know what I mean? So I don't know. On the one hand, you can sort of just be offended by it, I guess, or you could maybe think, hey, maybe they're being a little cheeky. Maybe they're having a little bit of fun with that whole cultural divide. I'm not really sure. That's what I would do. And I felt like Deadpool and Wolverine did a good job of this, you know, talking about like the woke mob and stuff like that. Like, just have fun with it. Like, everybody kind of knows what it is at this point. So yeah, I mean, I think it looks fun, man. I'm not a huge He-Man person. Is this the gal from Fallout? She's got massive eyes, just like the gal from Fallout. Is that the gal from Fallout, man? Because I like her. I think she's good in that show. Like, these effects look cool. The sense of adventure, like, he's having a good time. Nah, that's not her? Oh, okay. She looks like a cross between Margot Robbie and that gal, yeah. It's not her? Yeah, like Idris is playing this guy. You know what's Idris? I had a thing I wanted to say about Idris, but I'd probably get canceled. I feel like Idris is the guy that Hollywood tries to hire when they want to race bend somebody, but they want minimum backlash. Because Idris is so fucking cool that, like, even people that normally have an issue with it kind of go a little easier on it and, like, don't care as much. But I shouldn't say that because I'll get canceled. He looks fun. He looks like he's having a fun time, man. These effects look cool. I mean, it looks action-packed, dude. The actual combat itself looks cool. The tiger looks cool. This shit looks really cool, dude. Like, that is brilliant. That looks great. I don't want to be picky here, okay, but I feel like he needed to get a little more shredded. Now, normally I would say they need to get bulkier. That's normally the problem with, like, theater kids, that even the ones that get on steroids, they just don't bulk correctly. He looks actually pretty, like, good, like, thick and, like, actually muscular, but I think he needs to get shredded a little bit. Like, what do you guys think? Like, he looks big, but in these sequences, like, I feel like 5% less body fat, and to see, like, the like muscles rippling and the, like, sinew stretching, and like I feel like you need that a little bit more. So if I was a producer, you know, I'd come over and pinch him and be like, you could lose a few. You could lose a few. You're not exactly a stick here. Anyway. Pretty good choreography on that action fight, though. Definitely has some heft to the swings, that's for sure. Again, Jared Leto, it's crazy. They told him to leave his human mask at home. Perfectly cast here. Deadass, this looks really cool, dude. That fighting sequence looks really good. That looks incredible. So I don't know. I guess we'll just see. I think the Master of the Universe franchise is kind of interesting because, you know, they had that Kevin Smith cartoon thing, which came out, I don't know, in the last 4 or 5 years or whatever. There's a lot of drama surrounding that. And I think He-Man, it's funny to watch a franchise literally called He-Man, which, I mean, I think is, I mean, I would say male-dominated space. It's fucking He-Man, you know what I mean? And it's just weird to watch, like, Hollywood try to change the identity of, like, male-dominated spaces or male-dominated franchises. The thing is literally called He-Man. And so I think it's going to be interesting to watch how this does. How do people respond to it? I think the trailer looks good, dude. Like, I think the trailer looks good. I think it looks fun. But I think it also has a few things in it that maybe will cause some people that are really worried about the M&Ms not being sexy anymore. You know what I mean? They might have a few things to be upset about in this movie, and I wonder how it'll weather the storm of that conversation. I think it's gonna be fun. Looks on the level of like Mortal Kombat or like Street Fighter a little bit to me, in that vein of like, let's not take it too seriously. Let's just go have a good time. Looks like popcorn fun. What do you guys think? What do you guys think, man? Space Tricks the Night Primox says, soon I will have 24 really badly painted minis to fight for the God Emperor. 1,600 point army. 400 more to go. One more Night Dominion. So, well, hell yeah, man. And I'm glad you're having fun, dude. I mean, I enjoy the painting. I try to, not make them look terrible, but that's okay. That's all right. You're still welcome, and I would still fight beside you to defend the honor of the Imperium. Rossi says the blue-haired girl looks like she Europe to be in KK's writing room. You have glasses. How could you think that's Ella Purnell? Time for new glasses. No, I'm just cold, and I'm old, and fuck you, bro. They look very similar. Voltron movie, please. Yeah, when's that coming out? When's the Voltron John coming out? Because isn't Mr. Henrik Cavill in there? Still no Maul trailer? Still no Maul trailer? Are they waiting for me to end the stream? Fucking buttholes. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool, man. And I wonder if they're trying to do like multiple of those movies. I guess they could. Is there any word out there about that? And I guess we'd have to see like what the excitement is, what the excitement level is for it, how much of the movie costs, et cetera, et cetera. But I just, I think it's cool that they're giving another go at this. It feels like they're down to play to the nostalgia. But again, it's like, are they still trying to modernize it? To what degree are they trying to modernize it? How is that going to play out? That's going to be an interesting part of the conversation. But yeah, I think it looks cool. Fuck it, say what you want, man. Freedom of speech, but not consequences. LOL. Yeah. Where's my Gundam movie? Yeah, that's coming too, right? That's coming too. And I think I swear to God, this is going to sound crazy, but Sadie Sink is the one that we're all obsessed with. That's super hot, right? I'm blank. I don't even know who these people are anymore. I think Sadie Sink is the one that she's going to be in the Gundam movie, right? The Maul trailer is up. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I don't see no Maul trailer, bro. I'm looking right here at malltrailerwatch.com, and I don't see anything. Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, what did I say? What did I say? Sydney Sink? Sweeney Sink? They're all the same, dude. Where's the Warhammer movie? It's being worked on right now. Hey, look what I just saw. This is kind of cool. Talk about a little ADD moment here. Oreos. Stuff of legends. I think I'm about to spend $500 on Oreos. Check this out, man. How do we get the full collection? They got a Jean Grey one, too. Oh, man. Let's go. We'll unbox them on stream. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, that's enough about He-Man. Y'all didn't have shit to say about He-Man. You're supposed to help me out with some good questions so I can pad the videos. All you guys have been doing is saying Maul trailer's out and it's not even out. That's not good content. Golly. Is the Maul trailer out, though? Where's it at? There's no Invincible trailer. Fuck. Didn't Christian or someone say they saw He-Man and it was too silly or something? Really? It's out? Yeah, right. Maul trailer. This one, minute and 48. Okay, we gotta walk that tightrope between Star Wars is dead and we don't give a fuck, but also where is the Maul trailer? We need it, and we're really excited for it. Well, guess what? It's here. So let's forget all about how Star Wars is dead and let's watch this Maul trailer. Hopefully it's good. Here we go.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Ooh. Ooh, I love the scream, the primal scream.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive. But do not live. The Emperor wants you dead.
Oh, shit.
Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
Oh, my. That looked pretty cool. That legit looked pretty cool. What do you think, chat? Let's run it again.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is.
There's like a little glitch in the audio there. They're splicing two different lines together, and it's a little bit harsh. I don't know if you guys can notice that.
It is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive. But do not live. The Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
So it says streaming. Does it say that it's all going to happen at once? It doesn't really give us a clarification there. So look, man, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think this looks cool, and it has great music. It seems to have interesting character stuff going on. I like a lot of the symbolism. I like a lot of the way the dialogue's delivered. It's a really good trailer. You know, there were some flashes in here where it's like, I think back to Bad Batch, and it's interesting because I actually legitimately really like Bad Batch, and that last season in particular was I felt so on point in a way that like the animators were not getting credit for. Like there's this shot when you first see her and Maul's shadow and horns is like overcoming her. Like this is actually like really cool. And there's just little details like that I thought were all over Bad Batch that took what was already like a really good Star Wars tale to like another level that I don't think people fully appreciated. And I see that same level of work, detail, the craftsmanship in just the trailer. So there's a lot to like here, you know? I won't lie to you. As I was looking at this and watching this trailer, I couldn't help but think, imagine if they gave $700 million and made this as a live action show instead of Andor, because fuck Andor. This is so much more in line with like the shit I want out of Star Wars. And I actually feel like I'm not just being an asshole when I say that. Like I actually legitimately think Star Wars would be in a better place if it just did Star Wars stuff better. Like I legit think that. And I honestly just I wish Dave would just cancel everything and just make animated stuff and cool stuff for forever, for the rest of time, and fuck all the other stuff that's going on, because I don't give a shit about it. And I think it's like, I don't know, I'm being honest, man. Like this is a part of the Star Wars continuity that is relatively unexplored. You know, it kind of has like 1313 vibes. Coruscant is an incredible setting to have these kind of adventures, you know, with like the wet work team or SWAT or whatever that is when they're tracking him down. That's going to be really interesting. It has like a procedural element where they'll be hot on his tail and be this sort of constant pressure to whatever he is planning. There's the apprentice element. There's the making sense of fallen Jedi. There seems to be some other Zabrak people that he's allied with as well, right? Because there's like some scenes here, like he's working with some other Zabrak dudes, right? Like kind of cool, kind of interesting. I think it's a really good trailer. Even this is one of them here, right? Could even be a female there. Some bounty hunter action here, right? This could even be, I mean, it almost looks like it's Sabine or a Mandalorian here, right? Is that Sabine? I don't know. Could be Sabine. Crazy. And then you get the Inquisitors also. And this is, what's the guy's name? Marak? The guy that ended up being Smoke Monster, homie? That's him here.
Once you
The Emperor and the Inquisitors are still trying to track him down and kill him. Yeah, it's got a lot of the elements that I think would make it awesome. Look at him cutting all of these troopers in half here, and then cutting this down too potentially. Really cool, really effective trailer. Here's the concern. The concern is they just showed us all the best shit, and the show itself is not going to live up to this. There's a concern that the show's not really focusing on Maul and would focus more on other elements, including his apprentice and things like that. And I think maybe the other concern is that, as good as this is, maybe it's 6 episodes, 9 episodes, and it's a fun thing, and then Star Wars goes back to being what it is outside of this until we get another thing that feels good and satisfying to the fandom. I think those are really the concerns for me personally, and maybe out there for the fandom as well. What do you guys think, man? There is also an Invincible trailer out. Okay, sick. We'll look at that in a second here. We will definitely look at that. What do you guys think? Dave Moria says, did you see the 9-part Spider-Man plot leak? Cosmic Wonder covered it 5 days ago, and I didn't know if you had already. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. I've seen a few things. I have not covered them. But maybe I will soon. Star Wars is back, baby. Hashtag female custodians. Get him out of here. Zuhar says, do we think Vader vs. Maul will happen in this show? My only problem is that there's no way Maul survives that encounter. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. I'm a little fuzzy on the actual canon of that time period because I've been so checked out from Star Wars. So I don't really know, man. Maul got a stacked kill count just in the trailer. It says Zacky Wacky. Yeah, that's true, actually. 100% that's true. Star Wars is not back, LOL. Yeah, I don't really think this makes Star Wars back. I hope that Star Wars just decides to be this though consistently, and then maybe it would be back. But yeah, I'm such a big fan of the Clone Wars. I get really excited whenever something is happening in that universe. Yeah. It looks on point, man, and I think it's made for true Star Wars fans, and I think it'll excite a lot of people. So yeah, he survives because he knows he can't take Vader alone in Rebels. Yeah. That's true. He is in Rebels. This actually looks like Star Wars. Even the actual show is bad. We can always come back and watch this trailer. Fair. Yeah. Animation, come on. Dude, I'd prefer actual Star Wars done in animation to shit like Andor 100%, man. And sorry, that is just how it is going to be for me. Yeah. Star Wars is present and accounted for. There you go. Amen. I'm such a big... Oh, I already read that. When did Rook cast die in our timeline? Could the Mando be her? Oh, yeah, I guess it could be. Yeah. Definitely could be. Will they have that goofy CGI software walk? I don't know, brother. To be honest, Star Wars can't make good movies. Just keep it animated. Yeah. Just keep it animated forever, man. I don't really care. At this point, like, to me, Star Wars is like... I just don't even care if it gets back to where it was. If it never does and it remains just like this sort of diminished brand, I still prefer it to just be the shit I like forever. But then again, maybe there's a way to do both. Maybe there's a way to rehabilitate, create stuff that other people would care about as well. And I guess I would be okay with that too. Despite not being a purist, Star Wars Andor is the best live action content we've had since Rogue One. Get him out of here! All right, anyway, that's a cool first look, a trailer reaction to the Maul show. I am genuinely excited about that. Before we get out of here on this, do we know when, like, are all of the episodes dropping? Do we not know that at all? Do we still think that Twi'lek will be Talon? Yeah, probably, brother. Yeah, probably will end up being Talon. Put on Invincible? Okay, fine. It's a TV show, not a mini show like Tales. Okay, yeah, fair. Just do an animated Heir to the Empire book. Yeah, 100%. It's probably weekly. No! All right, let's watch this Invincible trailer. Where's this shit at? Should I just look up Invincible trailer? It's the day of trailers. Invincible trailer. 16 minutes ago? This the one? But the problem with this one is fucking Amazon will take all the ad revenue from this. Man, I don't want to watch this trailer on stream. Fucking Amazon. Fuck you, Amazon. Bezos. Bitch-ass Bezos. Don't you got enough money? Fuck out of here. Copy striking every goddamn... Try to watch goddamn Amazon thing on fucking YouTubes. Poopy butthole Amazons. You better figure this out. Better figure it out, Bezos. Figure it out. By the time the Warhammer show comes out, which will probably be 6 years from now, you better have this shit sorted out. No, I'll watch it. Is it like lame? How's the trailer? Is the trailer cool or whatever? Is it a whatever show? Trailer. Fucking Bezos. Rossi says, Sam said that he would go to Dave with ideas during Clone Wars and Rebels. Dave said shows aren't about Maul. He kept Sam's ideas in a notebook and then made them into a show. There you go. There you go. There will be an Invincible Verse exclusive availability in comic shops, FYI. There will be Invincible Verse exclusive availability. I see what you're saying. The Invincible Verse is a game. I was like hella confused there for a second. You already played He-Man. That's Amazon. Fuck, I guess you're right. All right, here we go. Let's watch this Invincible trailer. Better be good, because Jeff Bezos is going to strike the channel. Frickin' butthole.
Mark, take a night off.
We don't get to take a night off. If I'd actually killed Angstrom the first time, so many people would still be alive.
True.
I'll do anything to stop that from happening again.
It's not who you are, Mark. But trauma like that breaks people.
Things are changing, Mark, and not for the better. Oh, God.
We'll figure this out, okay?
We need to show the world that even after everything that happened, the Guardians are still here, fighting to keep everyone safe.
Come on!
From what might be coming our way.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, Mark. We need your help. How do you feel about war?
Viltrumite
The
war.
Viltrumites
She's
will
gonna be
always
lit.
be a threat to Earth.
Oh
But each day, we add more allies to break their hold on the galaxy. Together, we have a chance to end this war forever.
I can help. How much does this job pay?
No tricks this time.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You'll have to trust me.
Ruh-roh.
There will be loss. There will be sacrifice.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
We must all face judgment for the evils of our past if we want any hope to change our future.
This is serious, Shapesmith.
This is fruit punch. Would you like some?
This trailer is lit.
Is everyone ready?
Yes!
Oh, hell yeah, Battle Beast. Get him! Oh, damn.
We stick together. That's how we win this.
Oh, yeah, dude. When's this shit drop? Thrag.
Leave no one alive.
Oh, shit, they got that guy? What's his name? I forget his name. Let's watch this again.
Mark, take a night off.
This is a good
You don't
trailer
get to
right
take
here.
a night off. If I'd actually killed Angstrom the first time, so many people would still be alive. I'll do anything to stop that from happening again.
It's not who you are, Mark. But trauma like that
It does things to a motherfucker.
breaks people.
Yeah, hope it breaks Mark.
Things are changing, Mark, and not for the better.
So she can't use her powers anymore?
We'll figure this out, okay?
Probably
We
gonna
need to show
blame
the
Mark.
world that even
Get
after
super
everything
toxic
that
about it on the
happened,
internet.
the Guardians are still here, fighting to keep everyone safe.
Come on!
From what might be coming our way.
I'm sorry, Mark. We need your help.
Hell
How
yeah.
do you feel about war?
I feel pretty good
The
about it.
Viltrumites
I mean, in fiction.
will always be a threat to Earth.
But each day, we add more allies to break their hold on the galaxy.
Looks big, huh? Looks
Together,
big in
we
scale.
have a chance to end this war forever.
I can help. How much does this job pay?
No tricks this time.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You'll have to trust me.
There will be loss. There will be sacrifice.
I'm sorry.
We must all face judgment for the evils of our past if we want any hope to change our future.
Dude, this looks great. This looks stacked.
This is fruit punch. Would you like some?
Is everyone ready?
Yes!
Battle Beast fucking up some Viltrumites. Let's go. Yeah, dude, this looks
We stick
very
together.
good. Holy.
That's how we win this.
Lee Pace, is that his name? What's the guy's name?
Leave no one alive.
Damn, dude. Oh my god. That shit was cool. That's worth a copy strike from Bezos, because again, he just sucks and will copy strike the whole stream now because I watched that. But damn, that was really cool, man. March 18th. Whoo! Might be the best season yet. Holy. The action looks incredible. The character stuff seems fun. Animation looks a little bit more on point. Man, Invincible. After that season 2, I didn't think they'd be able to get it back like this. This feels like... I mean, I'd love to see this show be charting multiple times, which it did last season, man. That 7 and 8 both hit the Nielsen charts. I think this is a massive success. I know they've been having a lot of success in the comic book stuff, like the spin-offs and even the sales of the old book. They've been expanding the franchise. This video game's coming out with Invincible Versus, and man, just a great, because like Invincible deserves it. It's really cool. It's like fucking American comic book Dragon Ball Z, basically. And holy shit, I'm very happy with what I'm seeing here, and I'm happy that they're able to pull it together. They've been able to come back, bounce back with last season, and it seems like the best is yet to come. I mean, I might be more excited for this than even like the Boys finale. Like legit, I might be more excited for this than the Boys season 5 or whatever we're on at this point with the Boys. This is crazy, dude. Yeah, damn, that was a good trailer. What do you guys think? I stopped watching after season 1. Is it worth catching up on now? Looks decent. Yeah, dude. And especially because you won't have the same experience that we all had watching season 2, where it had like that 6-month delay in between the 4 episodes. Season 2 gets a little gloobly-glob, but it kind of brings it together at the end. And I thought season 3 was great. Yeah. I am. The Boys kind of got stale. Yeah, The Boys is a little stale. I do think this last season for The Boys will be peak, though. But yeah, this feels so good. The Maul trailer's out? I know. We watched the Maul trailer already, brother. Yeah. Yeah, season 3 was really good. I felt like they got back to it, man. And there's still some stuff. Like, Invisible's kind of funny that in the way that it handles its character stuff, it can be a little slow burn with some of the character stuff, but there's like a reason. It's to give the emotional hit, you know, later on down the road. I do think Invincible is at its best, though, when it's like just being fucking brutal and crazy over the top. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, I heard so many bad things about season 2. I never picked it back up again. It seems like they're doing a lot better now. Yeah, no, they've made a big return to form. They've made a big return to form, and I really do think it's when it's all said and done, I'll be interested to see where do we put Invincible within just the history of superhero stuff. How high can this IP sail? Because I think it's doing great, but they have like 8 to 10 seasons planned, and I think they could even go beyond that. Like, it's such a cool sandbox in a universe that they could make a lot of fun stuff. I'll be interested to see how that video game does. Kirkman's smart, man. You know, like, it's not just that he made freaking Walking Dead. Like, he was pretty involved in helping adapt that and making sure that that whole thing went well. And I'm not saying that everything he's ever done turns to gold, but like Walking Dead was obviously this monumental success. And he has taken a lot of that thinking into this adaptation for Invincible and how he's helping Invincible grow and thrive as a brand. It's a little bit like what Todd McFarlane's doing, except like McFarlane can't get the movie, can't get the show to pop. He has in the past. Obviously, there's been a Spawn movie. There was a Spawn show, which was also great. But like, you know, the Spawn movie, the new one, is held up. And although Spawn's comics are doing very well, it has not been able to crack back into the mainstream the way that it once did. Kirkman's like doing 90s, early 2000s McFarlane Spawn-esque shit, but with Invincible, which is really cool. Really, really cool. So hell yeah, man. I'm hyped for that shit. It's got like 10 seasons and spin-offs. Not so bad. Yeah, for sure. Looks a lot of fighting, high-stakes scenarios. Hope the animation team is able to keep up. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I think they said that the animation will just like keep improving, keep looking better. Not only because of the workflow of that studio, but they're just getting better at working with the characters and doing more fun stuff like that. I think that season 3 was an improvement over season 2. There's still a lot of blemishes in season 3, but it's when it matters, like in the action sequences. Those last 2 episodes of season 3 were fucking incredible. The animation's unbelievable. So I don't know. I mean, I hope the overall bar raises, but as long as the big moments and the action moments are great, I think it's probably okay. But yeah. So good. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Little Invincible action there. Guys, I think that's probably all I've got for you as far as main topics. Is anything else happening out there in the world? Is there any new news? Okay, wait, here we go. First trailer for Maul. First 2 episodes drop on April. Okay, so that's interesting. So they'll have that like first big drop and then probably go weekly after that, huh? Okay. This is acceptable. I'm gonna tweet about the Invincible trailer before I tweet about the Maul trailer. Because, dude, that Invincible trailer is straight gas, dude. Straight gas. They're playing with fire. Ooh, boy, they're playing with fire with that Invincible. My God. Whoo. Whoo. I tell you what. Josh, you can have a big mountain man beard by the time we see you again. Yeah, I'll try to. I'll commit to that. Yeah, for you. Yeah. I was really impressed with all them trailers. Yeah, actually, fair. The trailers today have all been pretty good. They've all been pretty good. Talk about the Doomsday Funkos. What about them? I mean, look. Here's the thing with the Funkos. Like, that leak's either real and it just kind of proves some stuff that we already think we know, or it's fake and it's using things that we think we know to seem more real. Rune King Josh? Oh, hell yeah. I'm about to be Warhammer King Josh after this weekend. Waiting for My Little Pony trailer? Yeah, me too, man. Where's the My Little Pony trailer? Where's that? Where's the My Little Pony? Cover Spider-Man plot leaks, please. Okay, well, somebody send them to me, dude. I didn't even look at these leaks. Josh, didn't you wear that sweater yesterday? No. I wore a different sweater yesterday. But even if I did, who cares? Fuck you. I'm waiting on the Warhammer trailer. Dude, you and me both, brother. It's a 9-part leak on the Cosmic Wonder channel. Well, just send me the goddamn... No, I don't... MLP is peak. I tell you what, if you send me the Spider-Man trailer, I'll go over it, or the Spider-Man leak, I'll go over it right now. But I need the text. I don't want to... I mean, I like Warren, but I don't want to necessarily watch the whole video where he's just going over the leaks like that. I'll read them quick. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you if they real. I'll tell you if they fake. I'll tell you all the things, man. I'll tell you all the things. Nice Wookiee scream. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's nice. I just want you guys to know that from my cheeks down, I'm not talking about these cheeks. From my cheeks down, frozen. Can't feel them. So, just so you know. It all came from Majestic. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hey, come on, guys. What happened to your comic book? I want? Oh, it'll be out there, man. It'll be out there this year. And it's really good. How about them Seahawks? I don't know nothing about the Seahawks. Have you heard Toby uses Infinity Gauntlet to beat Doom? What do you think? Oh, that sounds not true. You fucking Toby fans. You know, you guys couldn't handle Toby being potentially dead in Doomsday for a whole day. You couldn't even handle it for 6 hours. By the time the rumor had percolated there was so much pressure and so much butthurt among Tobey Maguire fans that Alex had to come out and debunk it just so y'all would stop crying to him. Fucking Tobey fans. Did you hear Tobey lives and uses the gauntlet and creates 50 versions of Mary Jane to have a harem? No, I didn't hear that. God, please, where is Eli when you need him? Patriots can't win. I don't want to see that bullshit. Yeah, it will be kind of tough, huh? It will be kind of tough. John Johnson says, I just got here. Where are you going? I'm just hibernating for a couple of days. I'm just taking off Friday. I'm taking off Monday. Maybe taking off Tuesday. We'll see. And I'm just going to hibernate and stay warm. I'm going to read Warhammer books. Oh, it's 2 episodes at a time? Until May the 4th? That seems like a good schedule. Yo, the Maul show is 2 episodes April 6th, 2 episodes April 13th, 2 episodes on April 20th, which is a national holiday, 2 episodes on April 27th, and then 2 episodes on May the 4th. Wow. Go over the UFC card? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let's go over this UFC card. How many of the UFC fighters on this card are underpaid? I would say all of them. Should we? Let's just start from the prelims, not the early prelims. Okay, let's just do this. Let's do this for real here. So first of the prelims, I'm gonna go with Nikita. Second fight here. I'm not familiar with either of these guys. I actually feel like I've seen this guy from Cameroon fight before. I'm gonna go with him. Ooh, what a great fight to end the prelims. Umar and Figueiredo. Umar is such a crazy favorite in this fight. I might put a little money on that one because I like Figueiredo, dude. I think Figueiredo can definitely hang, but it is probably Umar. It's really hard to go against a minus 1,400 favorite. Holy shit. Okay, getting into the actual main card here. Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. I'm going to go with Arnold Allen. He just looks like one of those really, really angry British dudes. So we're going to go with him. I got to go with Rose. And fuck that if Rose loses, man. I feel kind of bad for Rose. She's had like a really up and down last several years of her career, which sucks. Got to go with Derek Lewis, man. Fucking love Derek Lewis. He's actually getting incredible. Derek Lewis is always like a natural talent. He's just a big guy, very powerful. But he's really locked the fuck in lately. I don't know if y'all, like, ever since he got his contract, his new contract, he's been locked the fuck in, dude. Love Derek Lewis, man. My balls was hot. Love that guy. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Song Yadong is one of the coolest names I've ever had touch my lips. Pause. Sean O'Malley. Probably go with Sean in this one. I mean, I feel like Sean needs to start getting some motion again. I feel like things have been rather stale. And yeah, so I think that he probably needs this more than Song Yadong. But I won't be mad if Bruce Buffer has to scream Song Yadong one last time as he is announced as the winner. And then Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's quite a good fight here. It's probably going to be Paddy, but wouldn't be surprised if Justin is the guy to show that there's levels to the game. But unfortunately, like, I actually think Paddy is that good. I think he is that good. I think he's that strong. I I actually think Patty might be better than even Prime Connor, which I know seems crazy, but I'm telling you, dude, he's whooped some asses in a way that's like kind of fucking crazy to see. I think Patty is really good. But Justin is just like an animal and just super tough. So it's possible some of that skill from Patty actually gets canceled out because Justin's literally just like, hell nah, fam. You know, a little bit of like that simple Jack strength. No offense, Justin. So yeah, it's gonna be a really good fight. It'll be interesting to see. Should be a good card. Should be a good card. I'm excited. Josh, Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez might be the single best performance I've ever seen in the UFC. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good performance. Prime Conor was something special, 100%. Conor left no doubts in all of his fights up until DS2. I think DS2 is one of his defining fights. I think DS2 shows that he's such an intelligent fighter. He fought the exact fight he needed to do to be able to beat Nate. And it wasn't what the fans maybe wanted to see, but it worked. Yeah. In 6 hours, we went from Toby he gone to God Emperor Toby. I know, right? Motherfuckers out here like, I hope Toby rips some spines. All right, everybody. The yappening is no longer happening. That'll do it for today's stream. And honestly, it's the last stream for a while. Last stream of the week. Maybe no streams next week. I don't know. I appreciate you guys, though. Thank you for all the love and the support, especially early on here in 2026. Pretty crazy year. 22 days into the year. Pretty crazy. Wait, did we see the Maul trailer? Yeah, we did a whole bit. We reacted to it and we talked about it. Hell yeah, it looks good. BJ Penn versus Anderson Silva may be my favorite two fights in the UFC. Dude, I like some of those Randy Couture fights, which are kind of hard to find because he started talking so much shit on the company that they've tried to act like he didn't exist. But Randy Couture back in the day was incredible, man. I remember him beating Tito and then beating Chuck Liddell and just be like, whoa, this dude's the real deal. They used to call him Captain America, man. Yeah, he was a beast. Brand new day trailer about to drop tomorrow. Well, I'll tweet about it from the comfort of the warmer part of the house. Look, in all seriousness, guys, it does seem like a sort of generational storm is hitting the East Coast and hitting certain parts of even maybe in the South. Definitely worth looking at, dude. If you're in those areas, probably good to be prepared. Probably good to maybe not plan any crazy travel. And just take care of yourselves, you know? Make sure you stay warm. Make sure you have a backup plan, maybe a generator, wood stove, or somebody in your family that has that so that you could go there if all else fails. Yeah, hopefully it's all fine, man. Hopefully it's all just, you know, you never know with these storms. And sometimes people will follow the trajectory of a thing and then it dissolves and it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully that happens and it's not that bad. We're sort of preparing for the worst, hoping for the best over here. That's, you know, that's why I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. That's why I'm not streaming Monday. And by Tuesday, I should be able to have things back to regular. I'm going to fix the window, put some insulation in this room, and yeah, get another industrial size heater so I can blast my sack. So that'll be good. All right, everybody. Hey, much love. Appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. And as I always say, I hope you, that's right, even you, I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, 11 Elijah Melvin. Thank you. Much love. Now you're banned forever. All right. I'm sorry that music just sucked ass. I couldn't do an outro on that. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh man, Invincible stepped all over that Maul trailer, dude. I'm telling you, that Invincible trailer is so much better. Fuck you, Star Wars. Shit is good. Shit is good. Nah, it looks alright. We'll see. Nah, it looks alright. We'll see. I don't know. Not because I don't care about Invincible. What? What? The hell? Anyway, appreciate you guys. Try to stay warm. I'll be dropping some videos. I actually got a video probably going to drop today. And if not, we'll have some other videos coming out, and then we'll be back at it. Probably start streaming Tuesday of next week again, okay? Take care of yourselves. Be safe. And actually, do me a favor. On your way out, open up that third eye and wash out your stinky butt. Oh! That was too loud, chat. That was way too fucking loud.